But first thing on the list, and the thing I want to talk about that I'm really excited about, well, I'm excited and a bit scared, would be the Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out this year. Yeah, this year now. We're in 2021. Okay, so yeah, there's a new Mortal Kombat movie coming out in 2021. They've been working on this thing for a while, been teasing it. It's a quote-unquote R-rated Mortal Kombat. As far as I know, it hasn't been rated by the MPAA first as of yet, but they're shooting for an R. They feel pretty good about getting that R rating. It's all new actors, none of the same people. It is not a sequel to the 1995 or the abysmal 1997 movie. It's just it's a reboot. They've been talking about this shit for the longest. They even had that thing that went around YouTube, that little short film that was made called Mortal Kombat Rebirth around 2013 that was badass. It was kind of like a concept trailer / short film, if you will. And that ended up being made into, what was it, the Mortal Kombat Legacy, I think. It was a web series that was, I guess, R-rated or whatever. But that was pretty cool. It had some pretty cool... I liked how they portrayed a lot of the characters in that. Definitely better than Annihilation. Better than anything had, with the exception of maybe the 95 movie. The 95 movie is really cheesy and corny, but it works. It just works just right. But those were probably the most accurate representations thus far in, video form that we've gotten of these characters, was the Mortal Kombat Legacy or the Mortal Kombat Rebirth short film. But this one's supposed to be that R-rated Mortal Kombat that they've been talking about for the longest. It's coming out in March 16th, I think it said now. It's probably in here somewhere. But March 16th is coming out. We got our first pictures through Entertainment Weekly from it. And this is the first things we've really seen that weren't like a few grainy on-set photos and things like that, and the new logo. I'm not a fan of the new logo, by the way, but anyway. But I'm pretty sure it's March 16th. We'll look at that in a minute. But it's coming to theaters, of course, and, well, not nowadays, but it is coming to theaters, but it is also coming to HBO Max on day one. And this whole Warner Brothers deal where everything's coming to HBO Max and theaters day one, I got to think that that's really going to do things for their numbers, especially once they start releasing all these movies, because I think they got the Fast and the Furious. Wait, that's not Warner Brothers. Sorry, that's Universal. But they got King Kong versus Godzilla. They got Mortal Kombat, the Matrix 4, which we've seen absolutely nothing for, but it's coming. They've got all these big, huge tentpole movies, plus a bunch of smaller movies too that are, besides going to a theater, they'll be day one on HBO Max, and I think that's really cool. I mean, I enjoy the theater experience, but hell, you can't beat that. It's right there, a brand new movie in your living room. But Mortal Kombat. So we got this picture right here of, if any Mortal Kombat fans in the room will know who these two are. At least this one definitely. This is Kung Lao. It looks very game authentic. It looks like they're honoring the game the way he looks, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. If you try and keep things too close to the source material when it comes to video game movies, they can come off wrong. And believe me, I know, because I've reviewed almost every single video game movie ever made so far. But this, I'm pretty sure this is Liu Kang. It looks like Liu Kang's got the fire going on and all that. Not sure about that fire right there. It's a little suspect, but whatever. It's a still. It's a pre-production, well, not a pre-production image. Looks like final. But they look cool. I'm happy with that. Just looking at an image, I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. Now, one thing I will say before we look at the next picture is, apparently this movie's main character is not going to be any of the characters from that we know. It's an all-new character made just for the movie, which will probably show up in the next game too, I imagine. But I think his name's down in here somewhere. But it's an all-new character. That scares me. It could work out great. Or it could not. It could fail miserably, and it could be a generic character that's just trying to be the audience and just trying to be the person for us to know what's going on in this world, and he could just be a Mary Sue, if you will, or whatever, just a character that has no meaning, no purpose, no background. And you're talking about a series that has a ton of background to it and tons of lore built around it, especially its characters. And you're going to bring in a brand new character for the main character. That just sounds kind of, I don't know. That's suspect, but it's also that's ballsy. So I hope they feel really good about this character that they've created here. Um, but we got right here. This looks. I'm pretty sure because it says that. I also read that the movie is going to begin in feudal Japan before Sub-Zero and Scorpion were Sub-Zero and Scorpion when they were just their human counterparts, and it's going to show all that. So I'm assuming that's what this is. We got a little yellow there. I'm assuming that's Scorpion. This is Sub-Zero. Got a blue hue. I'm colorblind, so I could be wrong there. There's something about a knife it mentioned up here. That's going to be the center of the game. Anyway, there's some knife. There's a knife that had something to do with Scorpion's wife or something like that, and that's going to be a big central part of the game. But yeah, I mean, looks fine. Once again, it's a picture. I don't know. I mean, I'm not offended by it. I don't look at it and go, okay, we got problems. I'm cool with that. But then we get down here. This guy, I think this is the new character. Maybe Johnny. I don't think that's Johnny Cage. I think that this is that new character I was talking about. And if I actually read, oh yeah, Cole, that's his name. Cole, I don't know. Cole's his name. Cole is our main character, and he's a down on his luck, washed up MMA fighter who used to be a champion. He could have been a contender, but now he's not. He's down on his luck. He's like doing some cage fighting or something, it looks like. So this is our main character. Get used to this face if you're looking forward to watching the Mortal Kombat movie, because this is the face you're going to be following for the most part. I don't know. Like I said, I expressed my grievances for that. It could be great, but it could also be terrible, and I don't know if it could be anywhere in the middle. You're talking about a beloved series here that already has one movie that many people still consider one of the best video game movies ever made, and some people say the best. And now you're doing a reboot of it, and you're changing a lot of stuff. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to call judgment on it until I see it, and I'm going to go in with an open mind. I'm a huge MK fan, so I hope for the best. I mean, they've announced they've brought new characters into that series throughout the years, and some of them worked, some of them didn't. I'm just hoping this is a time when it actually works. So yeah, this is our new main character, Cole. Hopefully that works out. We'll find out on March 16th, I think it was. I might be saying it all day. And here is one of the badasses and the most well-known characters from Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero, doing some ice crystal stuff here. So we do know that this one is going to have supernatural or magic abilities and things like that. While the first movie did have some supernatural elements to it, it wasn't. It tried to be a bit more grounded, though. Well, no, that's a lie. It was, but then it had like Reptile and the Outworld and all that. I don't know. You didn't get a ton of that. You had a couple of fireballs here or there, and that whole Scorpion thing. Well, no. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That first movie was littered with magic, but the show, I know when they were talking about rebooting it, they were talking about like a more realistic, gritty version, and that's how that Rebirth thing was. It had like all the characters being more grounded, and the Legacy, the first season of Mortal Kombat Legacy, the web series I was talking about, it had a more grounded, less supernatural, magic-y kind of aesthetic. There was a little bit, but it was not as much. This one looks like they're going to go all in. We got fireballs up here. Yeah, we got fire hands and like fucking like ice balls or ice sheets. I don't know what he's doing there, but we'll see. But yeah, I like him. I've heard some people talking about his mask. You can't really see his mask, and you see a little corner of it there, but his hat or whatever, it's not a hat, head covering. They're like laughing about that or something. I mean, I think it looks fine. It depends on. Let's see the whole thing. I'll judge after I see the whole thing. I hope Sub-Zero gets a bit more to do in this one than he did in the first movie. The first movie, he showed up, he threw a couple of snowballs, and then he got impaled by a bucket of water by Liu Kang. So, and here's Jax. I've never been a huge fan of Jax's character. I used him a bit, but I wasn't a huge fan of him. He hasn't been very well portrayed in the movies thus far, especially Annihilation, but nobody was portrayed well in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But I will say, I heard somebody talk about They're saying it looks like Steve Harvey. That's actually true. That does look like Steve Harvey. Once you say that, I can't. Maybe when he's not making that face, he doesn't. But right there, he definitely does. But I do like his arms. They look pretty cool. I guess he's got the MK2 arms. Or was that 3? Yeah, MK2. That's when he right. I think it was Mortal Kombat 2 when he first got those. Yeah. He's got his Mortal Kombat 2 arms, which he's really, since the character's been in the series, he's had these arms. So it'll be interesting. Are they going to tell us? I'll be interested to see if they're going to tell us why he got these arms. I know why in the canon lore, but in this movie, I don't know. But I mean, they do look good. The in still frame, the effect looks good, and I like. It looks like it's going to have like lots of moving little parts and stuff. That'll be cool if it does. I'm pretty sure that's CGI. Something about it just says CGI. Not bad CGI, but it looks like CGI to me. I don't think that that's a prosthetic. I think it'd be, if they had done that as a practical effect, that might be cool. But I get that, you can't have all that stuff. I wonder if he's wearing just green arms or if he's actually got a prosthetic on and they maybe added CGI to make it look better. I don't know. But yeah, Jax looks cool. And here we go with, I'm assuming this is Sonya Blade, and I didn't know who that was at first until we get down one, but I am 99% sure that's Kano. Sonya looks fine. I mean, she's cool. I was never a huge Sonya fan. I mean, I didn't have a problem with her, but she's become a lot more important in the story as the years have gone on. But Bridget Wilson from MK1 is still to this day my Sonya Blade, so we'll see. And here's Kano. I don't know what I think of this. I don't know. He got one side of his face all jacked up. He looks kind of like Gerard Butler. Is Gerard Butler as Kano? I mean, he's got some kind of like scarring and stuff going on. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe he'll get the plate on his face halfway through the movie or at the end or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's Kano. That's who he is. Once again, it reminds me of Gerard. So we got Gerard Butler. We have Steve Harvey. And who are these guys? This looks like the guy. Oh, what's his from the Raid, the main character from the Raid. So we got these 3 guys in the new Mortal Kombat movie, and that kind of looks like Bridget Wilson, but she's much older now. Anyway, yeah, Kano. Kano's a cool character. I don't know what they're doing here though. We'll see. Maybe we're gonna get like an origin to his mask thing. So, but anyway, those are we went on a lot longer with that than I thought. Those are the new pictures for the Mortal Kombat movies. What do you guys think? Are you guys hyped about the new Mortal Kombat movie? It's not here. I was really hoping they'd show the new logo. I'm not a fan of look it up, but I'm not a fan of the new logo for the movie. I mean, it's not terrible, but compared to the old one just looks so badass, but the new one looks like I know it's a dragon, but the new one almost looks like a snake. It's like it doesn't have that fat portion on the bottom of its body. I don't know. I'm nitpicking. I'm the worst kind of person to go see this movie because I'm such a fan of Mortal Kombat. But I'll probably give it a lot more leeway than some people I typically do if it's something I love like that. But if it's shit, I'm going to call it on it.